Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. Happy solstice everyone. How are you today? It is the winter solstice here in the Northern Hemisphere, and it is the day that me and the children typically celebrate our holiday gift giving. But we did it yesterday because today's, a school day. But they're still here. And I've had some people ask me, what do we do? Do we do any, like, of the traditional kind of Saturnalia events? Or no, it's very much resembles Christmas. Wake up, presents, play with stuff, good food, same kind of thing. We just choose to do it on a day that has no religious meaning. It's just a astrological event, and that's today. This is the longest night of the year. But, if you've watched any of the previous videos where I've talked about solstice, we have developed our own sort of nonsensical traditions around the day that tend to grow each year. And this year, we might the way that we celebrate might change next year because of some of the discussions we've had. But the one thing that I talked about back on Black Friday, if you want to go look that video up, and I also talked about it last week, is the Solstice Tooth. And the Solstice Tooth is our kind of anti-Santa, right? As a parent, when the children were little, my ex and I, we didn't put presents out until Christmas Eve night. After they went to bed, we would put the presents out, right? And we were poor, we didn't have much money at all, and so when we were wrapping gifts, we would always pick a couple to give from us. Like, these are from us gifts, right? Like, Santa's not getting credit for this one. I did this. So this mom and dad bought you this. And so there's always been this kind of I'm not giving Santa credit for this. This is my thing, right? So the Solstice Tooth is the anti-Santa. He's not exactly a Krampus figure, but similar. He definitely punishes, and and the way this happens is the Solstice Tooth is born on Black Friday, and then he persists for the next 20-something days, almost 30 days. And he watches over the children, and he finds the bad kids. Oh, also, there's not just one Solstice Tooth. There's millions, thousands. It's not a person. It's a construct, right? So there's a whole bunch of them born at once. And if you're bad, you get punished. And the way that you get punished is the Solstice Tooth just kills your family. And so if you wake up on Christmas and there's presents, that means that your family didn't get killed because, they bought you presents. So the parents buy you presents for being good. But Solstice Tooth doesn't bring presents. He just brings justice. And so to tell you the full story about how this came about, we have a little light show here in my hometown. It's like a 1.5 mile loop around a park, and they have hundreds of light displays. Some of them are motion displays, and some of them are just they made nice shapes or whatever. And you can sponsor these things. And a couple of years ago, a tooth showed up from a local dentist, and I'm just going to show it to you. This is Solstice Tooth. We drove through the light display and saw this guy and was like, what in the heck is that? That looks like the most murderous, sadistic tooth I've ever seen in my entire life. I get that the lights in its mouth are supposed to be teeth. I get that its eyes are supposed to be jolly, but they're a little too close together, and they're beady, and they're green, and his mouth is red with fangs, and it just looks hideous and insidious. Insidious? Is that the right word? I don't know. Anyway, so as we drove through and saw this guy, I said, "Oh, that's our mascot. That's the Solstice Tooth, right? Like, there's no other thing that could be. That's definitely not jolly and merry for Christmas." And that's how he became our tradition. That's how he became a part of what we do. So this year we actually went and waited in line for like an hour to go through the light display just so we could get a picture of him, so I could show you what I've been talking about, because it's that ridiculous. But we had a good day, you know. I did 4-pound roast in a crock pot with potatoes and carrots, and I did green beans in a crock pot. And my sister showed up with a corn casserole and some ham. And, you know, we had a little get together. Just, you know, 6 of us, 8 of us, whatever. Em was here, the kids were here. Opened gifts together and had good food, and that's our solstice. It was a good day. I'm extremely exhausted. Yesterday was nonstop. You know, I woke up at like little 6:15 or so to start the roast, because I had to brown it and all that stuff before I could put it in the crock pot. And then on my feet all day entertaining my sister, my niece, and her husband. So I'm still exhausted. The children stayed last night and they were here today. I had to work today, and then we went shopping because they wanted to spend a little bit of their Christmas money. So good times. This is Solstice. But I really wanted to share Solstice Tooth with you. I think that the best part about it for us is that it's ours. It's nobody else's. It's just us. It's just the 4 of us in this house who have this insane tradition. And that makes it special. That's all I have for you today. So thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking and commenting, subscribing, and being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I will see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is dogmatic. It is an adjective meaning a person who adheres rigidly to principles, rules, and beliefs, even when there is ample evidence that doing so may not be the best course of action. Larry is dogmatic in his assertion that the Maserati Gran Turismo is superior to the Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren. Dogmatic. D-O-G-M-A-T-I-C. And Dogma is maybe my favorite Kevin Smith movie.